Hello, friends. This is Raj Kapoor, and today I am bringing you the final video in our three video series. So, the video 3 is about goals and important money questions. In this video, you're going to take action, you're going to do some work, you're going to answer some important money questions. But before we do that, we want to talk about goals. The first thing is, why should you have goals? Now, in my coaching, I have been asked this question so many times. Do we really need goals? Why should we have goals? Some experts say there is no need for goals. You're living your life, you know what you're doing on a day to day basis. Why have goals? There are others who really are so set that you have to have goals and they can go into so much detail with the goals. Well, I believe goals are a must. You should have goals. Goals for yourself and goals for your business. You know why? This is what I believe. Goals give you a map. They define clear destination of what you want to achieve. They can act like a GPS for you. See, with goals, you can redesign your life. You know what? Most people spend more time planning their vacations than on their goals and life desires. Now, one thing I believe is your goals should be your own goals, and they should not be the ones that you might be trying to fulfill someone else's dreams or desires. Goals should be set to achieve what you want and what you desire. And in striving to get to those goals, you would become the person that you need to become. When you define your goals, you train your brain what to look for and what to focus on. See, learning to set goals is the master skill of success. With goals, you will go directly to your destination and with much greater speed. Now, many people fail at goals. I would say most people would fail at many goals that they set. And that is standard because at the beginning of the year, so many people just sit down and start writing those goals. See, most goal setting fails as we tend to write a wish list of wants on the New Year's Day. Most people write it down and then life takes over. Business takes over, family takes over, job takes over, and this list goes into a drawer or in a book, maybe to be seen after a few months. And then the blame goes on the goals. That goal setting doesn't work. For many people, goals are not clear because they set such goals which either they can't achieve or they just set it as a wish list, what I said. So, one thing that you need to do when you're setting your goals is that your goals have to be crystal clear. They have to be checked upon often. Your daily life should have something where you are moving towards your goals. You need to make it a habit. You need to review them often to see if you are on track. Now, the goals, from my perspective, should start with your why. See, as non-profit professionals and leaders, we want to make sure that our why is strong, both on personal level but also on the business level. The work that we are doing, especially those who are working directly with the impacted population, you see how crucial this work is. And for the rest of us, see, long after when our initial motivation has ended and we are working in the trenches building the business, this is where your why takes you across that bridge. If your why is weak, then once you start to face the hardships, as they will come, I've had many startups, and none of them was a walk in the park. It was an uphill task which required persistence and perseverance. So every single time when I faced a hardship, going back to my why did I start it, gave me the fuel to move forward. So the goals have to start with your why. The goals are what are going to propel us forward. So think about it. Why do you do what you do? Are you happy with what you're doing? Start investing in yourself. See, you cannot pour out of an empty cup. Who do you need to become? What motivates you? Pain or pleasure? So when you're sitting and then writing and setting your goals, think about these things. Your goals need to be smart goals. A lot has been said about smart goals, but let's go over it a little bit because you really need it. So once you're setting your goals, I said they need to be clear, but they need to be reachable. So first thing is S, they need to be specific. That means they need to be simple. They need to be sensible. That means they should make sense to you. And third, they should be significant. They have to be significant. That is the only time you will grow. Second is they should be measurable. They have to be meaningful, they have to be motivating. But you need to measure because only when you can measure something, you can know if you're growing or you're stagnant. Are they achievable? Are they attainable? Because many times some people will set goals which are so much out of their reach. Let's take an example. A person is making $40,000 and in their goal, they write down that they want to make $1 million. Your mind generally doesn't comprehend with that because that's such a huge difference. And so to make it achievable, if a person says from 40,000, I would like to go to 60 or 80 and then incrementally increase it till they're able to reach that goal is what I would call is as an achievable and an attainable goal. Are the goals relevant? Are they reasonable, realistic, resourced? Are they result based? Because if your why is something different and your goal is something very different, then it is not relevant. The goals have to be relevant to your mission, the goals have to be relevant to your own life. Then they need to be time bound. They have to be time based, they have to be time limited, time sensitive, because if you do not put a deadline on the goals, they will keep on going. And I know so many people that I've coached that they're still using the same goals they had 10 years ago and they still haven't achieved them. But those goals again and again go back on that list. So here are a few areas of your life where you can think about setting the goals. Your health, money and wealth, relationships, business or job, or spiritual. Now, do understand these are your goals. So, you have to make them personalized. You have to make sure that these goals are going to take you out of your comfort zone. Goals should stretch you. They should make you uncomfortable. That's the only way you are going to grow. They have to push you. Just as I described in all the previous slides, make sure you own your goals. Okay? They should be your goals. You do need to be persistent and make sure that you are recording your achievements and your progress. You can keep a journal, but make sure that in the areas that you have set goals, you definitely want to make sure that you are tracking it. So maybe it is time where you can take your notebook and start setting some realistic, real goals for you that are achievable, and you know you can become what you do want to become. So now, let's go over some important money questions. See, we went over the last two videos where we discussed a lot of things. And from that, I had said that you definitely need to act. Because if there is no action, then it doesn't work. So let's do a few exercises today. All that you learned in first two videos, let's put it in action. Take a pen and paper and be ready to pause this video and write down your answers, as this is the only way you will start to move towards your goals and fulfill your dreams. So write down, if money was not an issue, what do I want to experience in life personally, and why by non-profit work? Pause and write now. Next, what do I want to contribute to the society over and above that I am able to do now? So again, pause and write down your answers. And keep on going, as much as you want to write or as little as you want to write. Next, if I have all the wealth I want and need, how would I feel, and how would my staff, peers, colleagues feel? That is, if you are a part of a non-profit organization. Pause and write down now. Next, how can I start feeling that way along the journey to my financial goals? It's an important one. Because when you're taking the journey, how would you start feeling and getting that feeling along this journey? Pause and write now. Next, what does financially successful life look like for me and my nonprofit? Pause right now. Next, what special gift do I want to share with this world? What is it that I'm really good at? Now, this is for people who want to start something new, people who are thinking of opening up a non-profit or joining or creating a mission, or people who are already doing it. Think about the special gift that you want to share with this world. What are you really good at? Think. Pause and write now. Now, take time and write down your dream zone. That is from your goals and all the questions you answered. This is where you want to reach. See the distance from your comfort zone, and what is a comfort zone for me? For me, the comfort zone is where you are. You may have succeeded, you may be at a great place, but again, that becomes your comfort zone because you have a new dream zone now. So the distance from your comfort zone to your dream zone, that is what is your journey. Time to take action is now. If you believe you got important information from the three videos and need more information, message me. Friends, money is such an important part of life, and with a little bit of knowledge and a proven method, it can change your life. Have an amazing start to 2021 and make this the year of change. be grateful, live well, and serve well. This is Raj Kapoor, present here for your better future. Thank you.